Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we are going to check fresh release from Kovozavody Prostejov. It is molded in 1/72 scale and it's actually written that it's a new tooled model which copies MiG-19S Farmer C. So this particular boxing is named as Aerobatics, so we will have all aerobatics markings included into this box, and it will be interesting to see what is actually included inside and why this kit is interesting for those who love Soviet jets. So first of all, box size is slightly bigger than typical box from this brand, and here you can see comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art. I wish they sold those as a separate posters because I mean it looks great. It's actual painting, it's not a digital art, that's what makes it cool. Next, here on the side we have some information about this kit. Also you can notice the skill grade, so it is a top skill grade, be ready for this. And on the other side we can see marking option for the German aircraft, but I can see that we have them here on the rear side. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 markings in total, and we will talk about them later when we will be checking decals. Now we are going to open this box and see what is actually included inside. So here is what we have inside. There is plenty of space. Let's open it. And all frames are packed into the same plastic bag. So I just need a second to open it. In the meantime, I will remind you that we have special donate button on our website, so you can easily help us financially, because it's done via PayPal, and of course you will be the one who will be deciding how much we will get for the new photo and video equipment. So I will really appreciate it. Okay, so we start, I guess, with clear piece because it was in the separate plastic bag. Let's zoom in and we open it in a second and check what is here. Well, obviously canopy, and you can see that it is molded as a one-piece element, so you won't be able to open cockpit on this kit. Don't even think about it. And also masks are not included, even though part looks quite nice, I would say, for out-of-the-box element. It is quite glossy, but it's a shame that it is a one piece, it's not a two piece, so you won't be able to show the cockpit of this aircraft. Next we go on with first plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to fuselage halves, so let's place it like this and we zoom out a bit. Now you should be able to see it. So note that left fuselage half, it is molded together with tail segment, while on the right we do not have anything. Also nose section here, it is molded as a one-piece element, which is really cool because it will make it easier to get really smooth connection between those areas. And also here we have separate cockpit doors. I guess those are engine nozzles. We have even several missiles here. As for the external detailing, we can zoom in and you can see that we have recessed panel lines and maybe even riveting in some spots. Well, not that much of riveting here, for example. And here you can see another fuselage half, which will be placed from the right side. Let's flip it over. Here is what we have inside. Nothing, just a plain plastic, and there are no guiding pins whatsoever. Only this tail section will be serving as a guiding element, so keep it in mind. It might be a bit tricky. And here you can see engine nozzles, which look simple, but I think for 1/72 scale out of the box build it should be more than enough in my opinion. Let's zoom out a bit. Next we have slightly bigger plastic sprue. Why I'm a bit confused, because I was looking at this part, it's a tail end, and engines on MiG-19 were placed horizontally, not vertically, like on 17 if I'm not wrong, so that's why I was a bit confused. Here we have parts for the wings, also for tail wings, and landing gear wheels, fuel tanks, pylons, also landing gear doors, etc, etc, landing gear legs. Note also those thin parts. Let's zoom in so that you can see them closer. As you can see, they're really tiny here. You can compare them with my finger, so I would rather recommend to use tweezers, because otherwise it will be a bit tricky to get them into the right spot, and especially not to lose them during this process. Here, by the way, we can take a look at the tail section. It's really cool that this part is also provided as a one-piece element, so it means, again, we won't have any nasty gaps in this place. And here we have recessed panel lines. Of course, ailerons and flaps are molded in, and you won't be able to retug them. I mean, there is no option for this. Here you can see also some detailing of the wheel wells, of the main wheel wells. It looks decent in my opinion, should be fine for 1/72nd scale. And again, we do not have any guiding elements here on the wing parts, and we do not have any guiding elements on those few tank halves. So keep it in mind. It might be a bit tricky for beginner modellers, but I think professionals won't have any issue with this. And by the way, one-piece pilot seat here. Okay. Next we go on with Decal Sheet. So here it is. As you remember, 4 marking options, we will check them in a second, but first I would like to show the Decal Sheet. So here we have even the cockpit decals, so it means instrument panel and seat belts, and also side panels. Note that they're replicated with decals, not with pre-molded parts. So you just apply decal on the plain surface and it will be a bit more or less copied. If you consider that we have closed canopy, it should be okay for out-of-the-box build. If you would like to get a bit more detailed stuff, then you will have to do some scratch building. I don't see any other possible method for this. Nevertheless, again, printing quality looks awesome, so I think it will be easy to apply on the model as well. Okay, so as promised, let's check the markings. So first marking option comes from German Air Forces, 1968. Here you can see it. Another one comes from Czechoslovak Air Forces, 1964. Another one here, it's Indonesian Air Force Display Team, 1966. And red, I mean, there is no need to explain what is this, but it comes from 1960s. Quite an interesting marking option, I would say. Unusual to see red MiG on the exhibition, so if you would like to choose something, think about it. And last but not the least is this assembly manual. So let's zoom out a bit. It is printed in form of small brochure. We have short history note in Czech and English, also technical specifications, science guide, and next we have parts map. Note that only few parts won't be used. We can zoom in a bit. Okay. Also here you can see that the assembly process starts with cockpit walls, then we continue with air intake. Here we install the pilot seat, dashboard, also another fuselage half, don't forget about weight. And next we continue with canopy. Here we assemble wings, both wings, and we attach them to the fuselage. We assemble the tail section. Then we assemble landing gear, attach various minor antennas, and then on the last page we continue working with installation of this pitot tube, also the landing gear doors, fuel tanks, and maybe even missiles. But I'm not sure why you will be placing missiles on the Aerobatics aircraft, so just think about it carefully, maybe search for some reference photos, because otherwise it will look weird. So in total we have quite simple assembly process in my opinion. I don't see any possible issues. Of course it's a bit, I would say, dangerous for beginners that we do not have any guiding pins, keep it in mind. And maybe I will also recommend to get the masks for the canopy. And of course it's a bit sad that we have one-piece canopy, but from the other side it is quite decent kit for its price. And of course if you have necessary skills, you will be able to get a nice jet aircraft in a small scale. So think about it. It should be already available on official Kovozavody Prostejov website. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit. What do you like here and what you don't like? Write it in the comments. I will be happy to discuss. If you like our video review, so press the like button because it helps us greatly. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Stay tuned because we will be bringing a lot of interesting stuff, and just be sure to subscribe and press bell button. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video as usual. Bye.